The Undercover Flex trifold cover here is a personal favorite of mine, guys, for the 15 and newer F-150s, available in both 5.5 and 6.5 foot bed configurations. Now this guy is going to offer a killer build and fit, along with a superior level of security for your bed cargo when everything is all locked up. The materials are going to be a very durable fiberglass reinforced plastic, along with those aluminum rails, all of which are backed by a 3-year warranty and a price point that's going to start around the mid $800 level for the 5.5 foot option. Installation is going to be a breeze here, guys, so figure a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the old difficulty meter in about 20 minutes or so from start to finish. But if you want, hang out till the end and we'll show you how it's done. Now, if you're looking for the ultimate in protection from both the elements and also wannabe thieves, a hard cover like this is ultimately going to be the way to go. Now, unlike those soft vinyl covers out there, a hard cover like the Undercover Flex can't easily be defeated with a knife exposing all of your stuff, which, let's face it, guys, is the unfortunate reality of some of those more affordable soft covers out there. With a trifold again like this in place and that rear tailgate all locked up, there's really no easy way to penetrate the bed. Now, full disclosure, guys, I have a very similar cover to this one on my current truck. Had it over the last 4 or 5 years. It's made its way from truck to truck, and I still have absolutely no issues whatsoever, and nobody, knock on wood, has been able to break into my truck. But what do you say we talk about the cover a little bit more, and that extra security, again, in this case, is gonna come from that durable FRP material, which does stand for fiberglass reinforced plastic, which Undercover states it's going to be a little bit more impact resistant than similar aluminum covers out there, meaning basically you're not going to be as prone to denting or dinging like an aluminum option. Now the FRP material here, guys, is given a bit of texture, as you can see, finished off in, I would say, a gloss black powder coat. It's not gonna fade on you over the years. And if for whatever reason you do encounter any issues with this cover at all, everything will be backed by a limited 3-year warranty. So if you haven't been paying attention, yes, the Undercover Flex here, guys, is a trifold design, meaning it's easy to fold up and out of the way if you ever need access to the entire bed at a moment's notice. Simply yank up on the cables here to release the latches, and you can fold 1 or 2 panels up at a time. Secure them with the included straps if you don't want to fold the entire thing out of the way, or if you do, well, just simply prop it up using the included props, and you are simply good to go. Now, the only drawback with something like this versus a rolling cover per se is that you do lose visibility out of the rear window when the entire thing is folded up against the cab. But as someone who, again, has a similar cover on my ride, it's been a non-issue, especially if you have access to a rear or backup camera on your truck, like most do anyway nowadays. Now, one of the big things I do really enjoy about this cover, and it's a big reason why I selected it for my own rig, is how everything sits once it's been installed. Basically, it's going to sit flush with those bed rails and just make for a much cleaner look overall. Now, in fact, at the time of this video, guys, the Undercover Flex that we're talking about here, in addition to the back flip, will be your only 2 options currently on the site to deliver this sort of design. Now, the X-Tang or WeatherTech will stick up a little bit, which isn't a big deal for some owners, but if you prefer that clean appearance, I like the flush option, like the Undercover here. Now, the cover itself is going to mount using the included aluminum rails that do get clamped onto your truck's existing bed rails, which ultimately is just going to make for a very painless install. Trust me, guys. Now, the cover does also include, or incorporate, I should say, a nice thick rubber seal on all 4 sides, which is also going to help block out any rain or moisture, keeping your bed cargo nice and dry in the process. But what do you say we get into the installation as promised? And again, super simple stuff here. So 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, maybe 20 minutes of your time to get everything in place. But to give you a better idea of how this is all gonna go down, here is our detailed walkthrough as promised, along with that quick tool breakdown.
Tools used for this install: 3/8 ratchet, 1/2-inch socket, flathead screwdriver, optional as an impact.
All right, we're gonna first start off by attaching our side rails. You want the drain tube towards the front of the truck, and you want it to sit evenly on the back over there. Now we are gonna do 1 clamp at a time, and the orientation of the clamp is you want this C part just like that. Now I'm gonna hand tighten it now. Do not over tighten this because it is an aluminum bracket and it will strip out this bolt. Now it is a 1/2 inch socket. That's just to hold that in place while I work on the other clamps. Make sure you get behind your bed rail. You may have to loosen them up a little bit. Like that. All right, now we're gonna move on to the other side. All right, again, we are going to make sure our rails are lined up the way we want them. We want them flush with the top of the bed, and I'm gonna start in the middle, work forward, and then get the one in the rear. All right, now we're gonna get our tonneau cover and set it on top. All right, now that we have the tonneau cover on the bed of the truck, these are the 2 mounting bolts for the front of the tonneau cover. Now you'll see this little rail system in here. This head of the bolt, if you loosen it up enough, you'll have enough travel to actually get it into that rail. And you can tighten it up a little bit just so it doesn't move around. We're gonna do that to both of these. There's gonna be one for the left side and one for the right side. It's gonna sit like this underneath the tonneau cover, and that's what mounts the front of the tonneau cover to the rails itself. All right, now we're gonna fold it back up, get into the truck, and set the front on the front of the bed. Unfold it, bring it back just a little bit, drop your front down. You may have to move those mounting bolts out of the way a little bit. That. Slide it forward a little bit here. All right. All right, so now I am underneath the tonneau cover on my back, looking at these front bolts. What I'm doing is just making sure that it's even across the front of the bed. I don't see any sunlight. And then I'm just gonna tighten down our clamps. And we're gonna do this on both sides. All right, same deal on this side. Just gonna tighten that down. All right. All right, our next step is to attach our drain tubes to the little spout here. We are going to be removing this cover. Attach your drain tube and then run it down. All right, now we're in our final steps. We are going to set the tonneau cover down and test fit it, close the bed, make sure everything fits the way we want it. You're going to hear it lock when it gets down, just like that. Again, this is a trifold, so you're gonna hear 3 of those clicks. There's your last one. Step down, close your bed. I'm gonna go all the way around the truck, make sure it fits the way I want it. These seals from the packaging, they may be a little deformed, but once it hits the sun and bakes a little bit, it will sit flat. Front looks good, this side, the back, and this side as well. All right, now that you're satisfied on how it fits and all your sides and everything lines up, we're gonna open it back up and tighten down our clamps. So I have my 1/2 inch in my hand. I'm just gonna open it up. Put these support rods up. Now we're just gonna tighten these down. Again, don't go too tight. It is an aluminum bracket. You don't want to bend or strip the threads on your bolt. We're gonna do this all the way around, and then we're finished. All right, that's gonna wrap up my install of the UnderCover tri-folding tonneau cover. And for all things F-150, keep it here at AmericanTrucks.com.